Mike, it's a new year and a new opportunity. And I think this is one opportunity. If you're saying, I am looking to make extra money and make a difference in people's lives, this is it.
Yeah, LifeWave has in the end of 2025 come out with several enhancements to their compensation plan that have made it just exponentially better. So, for instance, let's say I've got a doctor who has been using LifeWave patches, specifically probably the X39 and the Eon, which is predominant in an office where they're recommending to their patients they get on them and they use them on a daily basis to reduce inflammation, to get rid of long-term pain issues, any kind of discomfort that they're having, to enhance the healing, aspects of the body. Because when you're activating stem cells are going to heal things in your body. So let's say we've got a physician who's doing that. Let's say they've got 1,000 patients that are on the product at the time. Well, 1,000 people on the product would have made that practitioner somewhere around $20,000 a month. Okay, because they would have gotten a $20 commission off of them. With the new enhancements, that commission amount would have more than doubled, and so it would now go to almost $40,000 there. So for the individual who's marketing LifeWave technology as a help to people in the marketplace, just you're telling your friends about it, what it's done for you. You're telling them they're getting on it as well. 20 customers is a 10 grand a year income. Now, I don't know much out there where you can make 20 or 30 phone calls and add 10 grand to your bottom line in income for a year, for a year's time. So we're talking about, with just three of the ways of making income within LifeWave, you can in the year 2026 can add, with 20 customers, 10 grand to your bottom line. Well, how does that work there? I use the same way of contacting anybody and everybody that I use uh, with someone who's looking at this as a business opportunity. I talk to them about, I've got a business project I'm working on. Let's have a conversation about it. And we do. We just have a simple conversation about what we're doing in the business. And I'm looking for two things. I'm always looking for customers, and I'm always looking for people who will partner up with me and who will actually work it as a business, and work with me in that business. So that's what I'm looking for, as simple as it is. I call anybody and everybody. I don't, if I meet somebody in the marketplace, I tell them I'm working on a business project. I'd love to get back with them later and talk with them about it. And I chat about what we're doing with LifeWave. I mean, it's just as simple as that. It's not hard to introduce this as a technology to other people and tell them what it does. And with what LifeWave results are, it's just so amazing. There's nothing out there in the marketplace that's getting this kind of results with people that I'm aware of. And I'm telling you, like you being one of those biohackers, I'm looking to do stuff with my body. If there's another marketing company that has something out there, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if it'll do something for me. I hear that there's some people coming out with some technology or some actual supplementation that would help people lose weight that's similar to the mechanisms of the GLP-1s. Well, if it does, then they're a breakthrough. That's going to be a great thing. And not only will my people who work with me be interested in that, but so would any kind of medical doctor as well. Because instead of giving somebody a injection, they could let them use something with nutrition. I hear things are happening in the area of brain and keeping your brain healthy with things like that. I'm going to try them. In fact, I'm trying some of them right now, seeing what they are medically, what it does for me, meaning blood test. I'm seeing how it makes me feel. I'm looking for things, but I've not seen anything in 40 plus years of doing marketing, especially into the medical marketplace, that works like this technology does. We've gotten this to not just one patch, but we've got a myriad of them. We're going to talk in the near future about the energy enhancer patch, and I wear energy enhancer patches every day because I want to stay up and on top of my game. And while I'm doing what I'm doing, I want to burn some fat. And it burns fatty acids all the time in my body to create energy. And so there's just neat things about this. Again, nothing in the marketplace that does with this. Now with the enhancements, they've gone from 4 ways of making income to 9 ways of making income. They've thrown millions of dollars more into the pot for us who want to market it, and it's very doable. I don't know anybody who can't get 20 customers in a period of even a month's time. So in a month's time, you add 10 grand to your bottom line with this. I can explain that in detail how it works, but it's just a
No,
combination
it's
of the
just
retail.
such a great opportunity
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of what LifeWave we're going to talk about in the next podcast. Some of the transforming things that have happened to you in the biohacking using uh, the X39 and then some of the other patches. And we're going to talk more and more on the patches further. The thing that really I think is the opportunity is literally with the increases, there are tax increases, even though people don't know them, especially on the healthcare side. So if your healthcare has gone up, which is a lot of people's healthcare have gone up, the way to not feel like you're being pinched and you can't do certain things, create this business, make a few phone calls, and other people are going to see this business opportunity. Because I know anyone that's been purchasing healthcare on the marketplace and or had a certain health plan that was so great and they saw an increase of over close to $10,000 for the year, you can just go and wipe that out. And maybe you'll say, oh my gosh, I can do even more than that because this is a game changer because of what you're going to hear people say about this. You're going to hand somebody and give them an opportunity to try this technology. And they're going to say to themselves, oh my goodness, I have less gray hair. Oh my goodness. I have energy beyond belief. Oh my goodness. I'm now able to focus better or I feel younger. These are things that are happening with this technology that's not like a lot of other things. And the difference is all they have to do is wear it. It's hard,
yeah.
Mike, to say go ahead and get in this regiment and have 3 energy drinks a day or have this drink or this pill. But when you could just put it right on for 12 hours a day, that's
Set an
all you
alarm.
have to do. It's they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I just saw so many changes. And that's the key component of having a business opportunity that people aren't going to know about. And you're going to share it with your friends and be like, I need to get on this. And you don't have to make them a business partner. You just make them a customer. And some of them will become business partners.
Yeah, I think about 3% of the people who get exposed to this would want to market it, really, really want to market it. The rest of them are going to just want to become customers in the first place. So why not make them a customer and not try to talk them into doing something with a business they want to do? They can get their patches for free now with again their new offering. One of the things they've offered is if a person gets on the patches, they find them exciting. They want to tell others about it. If they get 3 customers, if they bring 3 customers to the company, they get theirs for free. So 3 paying customers, yours is free. Well, how much better can it get than that? But if somebody is wanting to do more than that, they want to bring more customers on like that. Again, why not put on 20 customers? Yours by them are far more than paid for. So it's a way to biohack in the new year and get some extra income on top of it and do it basically no out of pocket money because essentially you're going to make just off of customers alone enough income that you're going to turn around and so many of the other things that are nutrition based or are in the network marketing world that kind of direct sales world don't really have a substantial customer type of program, meaning you're going to make just very little off of a customer. Then you get such a reduction in the commissions that are part of their binary concept. They just want to put them into the business, and so they bring somebody on that might just be a customer, and they just put them in their business model with them, and it doesn't really work real well. This company says, be a customer, just be a customer. We have a whole things that are benefits for you as a customer. We give you free patches to try. They treat them like a real customer instead of a business partner. And then they give them the opportunity of, as they tell other people about it, that they can get theirs for free. Then on the business side of it, they've got this amazing, just very credible compensation plan that can, I mean, I can't promise anybody anything. I mean, the difference between somebody winning or failing in this is what's up here and what's in their heart, to do. I had an old football coach that said, you can never, there's never been a test that can measure what's in the heart of a man or woman. I can't measure what someone can do and where they can go with this. I know that there are people who are making literally $232,000 every 4 weeks with this. That's almost half a million a month. And I know folks who are making over half a million a month with this. But I know people who are also doing quite well with 2,000 a month, or like I said here, 10,000 a year, off of just 20 customers. There's so much potential with this. And with our system, the team that I'm a part of, they've put together this wonderful operation in school where it's like Hamburger University. If you were to buy a McDonald's franchise, I don't know if you know about Hamburger U, but I looked at buying a McDonald's franchise back a while back,
Okay.
and they were going to send me. It cost me $1 million, and I go, okay, well, I don't have that. So I'm trying to figure out, well, okay, how do they train people? Well, they have a Hamburger University that they put people through to train them on how to run and operate a McDonald's restaurant, how to grill a hamburger, how to put a Big Mac together, everything that they need to do. We have the same thing in school where there's a recording training or anything for every little facet of how this business works. There's nothing that's left out. There's no secret that you leave to the side. I had a friend who once trained, just a sidebar here, once trained with this great martial arts guy in Mississippi. And one day he asked the martial arts expert, he said, "Do you teach us everything that you know?" And he said, "Of course not." And he says, "Well, why wouldn't you teach us everything you know?" And he says, "Because then I wouldn't have an edge. I wouldn't have something that nobody else knows." And I'm going, okay, but that in this business is not there. We teach you everything we know. If you want to know how to use social media, we've got Zoom calls on it. We've got training. We've even got specific daily things that we can teach you how to send out. So if you're lost on social media, we got you. If you want to know how to approach just customers and build a customer base first, we got you on that. There's training on that. If you want to know how our compensation plan works down to the detail, there's training on that. If you want to qualify for every trip, we're going to Hawaii in May, but the contest ends February 22nd. But if you want to go to Hawaii, we've got a training on how to get there, how to facilitate that, how to make it work. There's nothing that's left out. There's no secret to this business that's unknown with our team. Now there may be teams where they don't train you. You come on board with the company. I can't promise that everybody that's in LifeWave does the same thing that we do, but we do all of it. We do, we get on the phone, we make phone calls with you, we do everything from A to Z. We think that it's honestly the best way to make a phone call is to have someone else do the explaining for you. Because get this, there was this guy named Jesus. We all know who Jesus is, right? Okay.
Yes.
I mean, to me, there's a personal relationship I have with him. But in the Bible, it tells that when he went into his own hometown, that nobody received him as who he was. They didn't receive him as the Messiah. So they could not receive from him what he had to offer. So it says in the Bible that there was no mighty works that were done there in his own hometown, except that he healed a few. Okay, so there was a few people who came to him for healing, and they got healing. But the rest of the people said, "Well, isn't he just Joseph and Mary's son?" So if Jesus is going to be treated as, "Isn't this Joseph and Mary's son?" Well, when I call someone who's a friend of mine, they're going to go, "Who are you? What do you know about this stuff? How do you're not an expert." But if I put you, for instance, on the phone with me, you don't have to be in my chain of upline or whatever it is,
No.
just anybody different. You can explain it to them and they go, okay, and they accept it because it's not me, it's you. They don't
Right.
know you. They don't know
Exactly.
you.
It's
You could
about
be an
that
expert.
edify, and you guys go and do that to set it up, and it's
Yeah.
it's a game changer. All right, the opportunity soon. Again, just check the link It will be in the comments section and you'll be able to check it out. DM either myself or Mike. Find me and say, I want to partner with Mike. I'm telling you, this is the opportunity. If you're looking at any opportunity for an affiliate marketing, this is the one to go with, because guess what? You're never going to be able to say this doesn't work, or this is too hard, or it's too difficult. There are
Oh,
so many people who could benefit from this, from the LifeWave technology today versus anything else.
yeah. One last thing. If you're an influencer or podcaster, there's nothing better to do than this. Because again, I'm going to add easily 20 customers to your bottom line with whoever we talk on an influencer's channel or podcast, because I'm going to tell them what it does. They're going to want to try it out. They're going to come on board with us as a customer. If any of them become brand partners, we're going to continue to blow that up. So there's not a better opportunity than this that you ought not to include. You should include it in 2026 and what you're sharing with your audience, because this is it. This is the thing that you want to do in 2026.
All right. That was a special simulcast Neil Hay Show and the Mike Crook Show